that's what a lot of actors and people do.
Yeah.
One thing that I do want to show you as well is a couple of comedy acts. So they're different styles, like Russell Howard, Joey Diaz, and Milton Jones. I mean, Milton Jones plays a bit of a character as well. So I'm going to show you Joey Diaz. I want to see what you think of him.
Okay.
He's very much a bit like a grumpy uncle that's very just says what's on his mind. So this is him here.
When I was a kid, my mother had a barn. I was a little kid, and I'd see cops come in to take their weekly bribes. There was a patrol guy, a beat guy, that in a suit that would always come in, Chino, nice guy, would always talk to him, always get a drink and be very polite. My mother would just slip him an envelope on the bar. And then there was a detective that would come in once a week. He'd have a drink, bust my mother's balls about Cuban food, you know, but they were nice guys, you know. And I asked my mom one day, what do you pay these fucking humps for? And she said, because when they break my window, we have a stabbing here, they come here first, and they cover it up. That's how it's a cost of doing business. So I didn't know. They weren't dirty cops. These guys were family guys. They were great guys. This went on when I was about 12. I went into the bar one afternoon after school, and there was this fucking long-haired, dirty-looking motherfucker, you know, yelling at my mother, and he was an undercover cop, and he was a Cuban guy. And I could hear him talking to my mom in Spanish with another Cuban guy, like, we want fucking money every week. You know, we come back in a week, we better get our fucking money. We're gonna put all you fucking Cubans in jail. And about a week later, I was there again, and this douchebag comes in again, and he's talking to my mom. But my mom the whole time is smiling. Let me tell you motherfuckers something. Pre-revolution Cuba, before 1959, those motherfuckers are tough. Tough! Batista made Fidel look like a daycare center. Batista didn't fuck around. Those Cubans are fucking tough. My mother was tough, and my mother would go off on you. But this day, she was just smiling. But I could tell it bothered my mom. These Cubans in Union City, that was the second biggest Cuban community. So we had a bunch of bars. We had a Brindi, a Café Loatita. We had Club 38. Listen to this. This is straight up. Club 38, his name was Willy Vandy. This guy was the grandson to the guy in Godfather 2 that they took the senator to see in Cuba. They had the chick tied up, and the guy had a big dick, remember, with a mask and a top hat? This was his grandson, and he had a big dick, too. I swear to God, I was like 12. I went over there with my dad one night. I saw his dick. I got all dizzy and shit. So, these fucking Cubans, one day I get to my mother's bar, and all these Cubans in there talking like, this fucking Cuban guy gotta go. This guy's gotta go, right? And I'm making believe like I don't hear shit. You know, these Cubans were selling a little bit of drugs. They were booking. So this guy wanted their action. You know, they already paid a vig, and these guys wanted their action. So one night my mom, there was this Puerto Rican family on 26th Street that I used to shoot hoops with. Their mom was a little straight-laced Puerto Rican chick, didn't drink, didn't curse. But once a month she'd pass this fucking spirit, like a dead African fucking maid or something, right? Oh, it was tremendous. It was like The Walking Dead, and she'd fucking drink a bottle of 151 and spit it out and blow it on candles and shit and fires and shit. When you're a kid, that shit's tremendous. You're giggling and shit. This bitch ain't dead, right? So.
Now, what do you make of him as opposed to Tommy Cooper?
So, I mean, he's a brilliant storyteller. And what he does, though, he makes it very relatable for the audience. And he colludes with the audience, actually. I don't know if you noticed, he does a little bit of a wink every now and then, which is like, you and I know this. You and I, we're in this together. And he does it very well. Again, he's not in... You can't tell whether that is him or that's a character or a persona he's playing. He just is it. He literally exudes that person, and he's telling it as a story. You're not waiting for a punchline because it's a story and you're hooked.
What you said there is a bit like, what's it called, how women get attracted to some guys who are very mysterious, that like the attraction is they're trying to figure them out. Is that what you're saying? That's the thing with him?
Yeah, I think he's relatable, actually. He's just telling you, like you said, you know, your uncle, your favorite uncle, he's telling a story and he's giving all the detail, but he does it very cleverly. Like, he colludes with the audience to bring the audience in. You know, we're in this story together. He's very personable. I've never seen him before. I'm hooked. I listen. I want to hear the end of his slot because he's brought me in. I can relate to him. The stuff he's saying, it's funny, but it's also relatable. And he exudes it. He's in it. There is no, you know, I don't know if he's really like that in real life or not, but he is that persona that he's playing there and then. There's no nervousness, there's no signs of leakage, that You know, he's not who he's pretending to be in that moment. That is who he is. This is who I am.
And that's what he is completely like that. If you hear him in an interview or anything, he does not care what people think of him. He lets it all out. It's like he doesn't care.
Yeah, and it's almost like he's saying the things that we would all love to say, but we probably don't because we're a bit too polite or being a bit careful, whereas he just says it all. That's actually quite funny.
It's funny, that, isn't it? Sometimes they say that the truth is sometimes funny, and someone's like brave enough to let out the bag.
Yes.
One thing that I'm going to talk about now is this isn't going to be a whole interview where I show you video clips.
That's okay. That's okay.
But I've got I want to show you Russell Howard. I want to see what you think of him, because he's very different to that, and I feel that he might be a bit more contrived, as you say, like trying to get people to like him and be very held back.
When I was a kid, my mother had a barn.
He's ran a story about London police being overwhelmed by crime and tweeted the question, have you experienced a petty crime in London? Click to tell us your story. And what did the great British public do? We took the piss. Some monster put the milk in before the cheeseburger. Some spoke of terror. Someone clipped me with their trolley and Waitrose the other day and only apologised once. But one brave man fought back. I once told a bumblebee to fuck off. Brexit may be tearing us apart, but our sense of humour will always bring us together.
Now, what do you make of Russell Howard as opposed to the two that I've mentioned?
Performing. Totally performing. He is, all his body language movements, to me, they don't look natural. They're performed.